Marilyn, so much to talk about now. As we mentioned, we are getting ready for the election period. But how about you tell our viewers, as well as myself, what makes it different from last year's the National Assembly as well as the presidential elections?
Thank you so much. This year, the Electoral Commission will be conducting the regional councils and local authorities elections. These are the elections where each and every registered voter will be able to vote for their constituency councillors in their constituency where they reside in, as well as their local authority councillors. The difference is last year we voted for the president of the country, as well as members of the National Assembly.
Now let's talk about the supplementary registrations. What does that entail?
The Electoral Act, Section 38 of the Act, provides for the conduct of a supplementary registration of voters before each electoral process. This is to ensure that people who have missed to register during the last registration of voters are given a chance to be able to do so. People who have turned 18 years after the last registration of voters are also able to register. Those who have moved from one constituency into another, those who have lost their voters' cards, or who have changed details on their voters' cards or lost them, can come and register so that they can take part in the elections later on in the year.
All right. Well, you did mention that last year a lot of people were unable to vote because due to documentation, But how was this addressed now?
Yes, I remember last year many people could not register, especially those living in local authority areas, because of the requirements that could allow them to register for the regional councils and local authority elections. Because the previous act that was repealed stated that in order for you to register for any local authority, you needed to show proof of residency in that particular or given local authority by providing a municipal bill or telecom account in your name. And we know there are so many people who don't have this documentation. But now the Act 5 of 2014 provides for people, those that do not have proof of residency in terms of municipal bill, telephones, accounts, to come up with to come with lease agreements, an agreement that you sign with your landlord at the place where you are staying, or to go and get a statement from a commissioner of oaths, that is from a police station, in order for you to register. What I would want to remind people now is that you can go now to a police station, go and make your declaration at a police station, keep it. Come the 5th of August, you are ready in order for you to go and register. So I hope with this new provision, those that could not register last year would be able to register.
Okay. Marilyn, what happens in the event when somebody moved from where they have initially registered to another constituency?
Yes, as I've mentioned before, the supplementary registration of voters would provide for those who have moved from a constituency to another to be able to register. But then I just want to caution only those that are registering for the constituency elections, the regional councils elections. But for local authority elections, you need to have lived in a particular area for 12 months or more. So meaning if you have moved from where you are staying, say last November, you won't be able to register for local authority elections because you have yet to live for 12 consecutive months in that particular local authority. But those I've moved from, say, Katutura Central, now I'm living in Onyanya constituency, I can go and register so that I can vote for my constituency councillor in the constituency that I will be currently living in.
And what should the electorate present when participating in the supplementary registration?
Yes, in order for a person to register during the elections, you need to fulfill 3 requirements. You need to be a Namibian citizen, you need to be able to identify yourself, and then you need to be 18 years and above. Those are the 3 basic requirements that each and every person needs to fulfill. And you can do that by producing the blue Namibian ID card, or the brown ID card, the old ID cards that we used after independence, if there are people that still have those, or a valid green Namibian passport. If you don't have one of the 3 items that I've mentioned, you can always go with your birth certificate together with your driver's license, or a birth certificate with 2 registered voters that are able to identify themselves too, or a citizenship certificate with 2 registered voters in order for you to register. But then, as I've mentioned before, in order for you to register for a local authority elections, you need to prove residency in that particular local authority area by producing your municipal bill or telephone account or a lease agreement or a statement under oath. One of the 3 of the 4 things you can bring so that you can register for local authority elections.
Right.
But then we know members of the police force, defense and correctional services, they can come with their membership cards and an affidavit deposed by the commanding officer that you belong to such a force in order for you to register for local authority, or a proof of a bill that the member of such force is paying to the force or to the state. This you can also put together with the other the other documents that I've mentioned in order for you to register. We know that we have students and learners living in schools or educational institutions. They can come with proof of registration or any confirmation from the school or such institution in order for them to register for local authority. I just want to remind all listeners that you need to fulfill the 3 requirements that I mentioned before. Being a Namibian citizen, you need to be able to identify yourself, and you need to be 18 years and above in order for you to register. Those are the 3 basic requirements by producing those documentation that we have, that I've mentioned earlier on.